far from the emerald green hills of Ireland and the United Kingdom. A horse which has been the breed of choice to pull the magnificent gypsy wagons of the Romany people now makes its home along the rugged shores of Lake Superior in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Among the lush pastures, green hills, and tall birch trees, the gypsy horse resides under the stewardship of Victoria Janama, who, with her family and friends, now work to preserve and extend the rich heritage of the gypsy people. Welcome to Ravenhawk Ranch.
Hi, my name is Victoria Janama. I'd like to welcome you to the Ravenhawk Ranch. We're located in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, next to Lake Superior. We fondly call this the Great White North. This is the home of Prince Sheridan. He's an Irish-born gypsy drum-sized stallion. We have two other breeding mares, Kylie and Jenny, along with our quarter horses and our paints that we originally started with. The ranch is named after my quarter horse, the Ravenhawk, whom I purchased. He was the first horse I purchased as an adult. I've loved horses all my life, but I was not able to have horses until I became an adult and had them at that time. My first horse was a quarter horse, and with the quarter horses I also had some paints. And I first became familiar with the gypsy horse through the training of a Frisian stallion. That relationship was my first introduction to the gypsy horse. Now, when I first saw the gypsy horses, they're of course very beautiful, and that is very eye-catching. And originally was the first attraction to the horses. Then past that, as I started working with horses and became familiar with the lineage and the heritage of the animals, their willingness to get along, their disposition, their companions with family as family horses, in the training and handling of the horses, that character trait or that willingness but yet intelligence was very important, and number one for me for the breeding program, and also with working with these horses and training them. They're very loyal and easy to get along with. They bond to their owners. They can go in and out of different circumstances well, and this is a real good character trait to have to work with these animals. Now, the gypsy horses are new to America, but they've been centuries in Europe where the gypsy cultures bred these horses for their families. Now, over in Ireland, the UK, and Europe where these horses originated, anywhere the Romany or gypsy people traveled, these were the breed of choice. And they bred like to like and continued to breed the temperament for their animals. And this is what's developed into what we are now trying to create as a breed in America. This is new. There's several breed associations right now trying to identify and separate the different sizes and types. Through the research, it's become apparent that they're not really a color breed. However, the black and white coloring is preferred, with the pieball or skewball, the pieball or skewball relating to black and white or bay and white coloration, would be the preferred coloring. They are to have the feathering that starts at the knee or the hock that covers the hoof, and the beautiful long manes and tails along with the temperament, which was first and foremost. This temperament is again what I greatly admire with the gypsy culture. I was once told a typical breeding season for the Romany people or gypsy culture would be simply going into the field and taking a head count once a week. What is interesting about that is This assures a strong, healthy, only the healthiest, strong, select animals then survive. We of course do not do this in America. However, the animals we're now able to breed to or import are very strong, hardy animals because of the breeding and the type of use that the gypsy people have had them in.
At Ravenhawk Ranch, Victoria now has 4 generations of stunning gypsy horses, each strengthening the characteristics that are so unique to the gypsy horse.
This is Kylie. She is an 8-year-old drum-sized mare. She came from Ireland in the April of 2003. She was in foal when she arrived to the United States. She was bred to a Clydesdale stallion to produce the drum-sized gypsy-type horse. Kylie is a really exceptional mare. She always seems to outproduce herself, which is a trait that we look for with any of our breeding mares. And she's extremely gentle and kind. All of her babies are very quiet and gentle, and that's another trait that we really look for first when in breeding is that temperament. And Kylie is just sweet. She has that temperament, and she does help to give that as well to her offspring. Now, Kylie was bred last spring back to Prince Sheridan. This is her foal born. He's approximately 2 weeks old now. He's very athletic, which is the riding type as well as driving is what I'm looking for in my breeding program, and that temperament, that quietness, that curiosity. He's very independent, and he has his father's personality. He likes to show off. So those are some things we really look for in breeding. Again, Kylie has been just an exceptional mare and seems to continue to outproduce herself regardless of the stallion that she's being bred to. She as well improves on that stallion and herself.
Radisson has been confirmed to be homozygous and carries 2 Tobiano color genes, so all of his offspring will carry the Tobiano color pattern. He currently is the only known registered homozygous drum colt in the world, making him the rarest of the rare. His kind and gentle disposition is the epitome of the gypsy horse.
Now this is Jenny. She's Kylie's 2-year-old filly. Her sire is a gypsy, the drum-sized stallion. She has the very nice feathering, very nice pasterns. Something we really desire as well as to that leg and that pastern to give that nice riding horse. She has the nice quiet disposition, the soft feathering that we desire for the gypsy horses, and she'll be bred to Prince Sheridan once she's old enough. Right now we continue to train her and work with her until she becomes old enough and developed enough to become part of the breeding program. Jenny has quite unique markings on her face. You can see how her blaze comes down and stops, and then it comes to either side. That adds to that mystical look of the horse. Now this is Teddy. He's a yearling colt. This colt's sire is a Clydesdale. This is the colt that when Kylie came over, she was bred to the Clydesdale. This is her baby. His sire is 17 hands, so he'll be quite tall. We call him Teddy Bear because he's very, very sweet, very loving. He likes to be by people. So he came by his name honestly. And again, he's very smart, nice quiet horse, that temperament that we're looking for to reproduce. And we're excited to see how tall he's going to get to end up with that drum-sized gypsy type horse. he has that sweet personality that his mother has, Kylie, and I've been seeing this passed on to her offspring, which is very, very nice to have that quiet, kind horses. I'd like to introduce you to Annie. She's an 8-year-old Shire mare. She's come to us for breeding with Prince Sheridan. She's a good example of a preferred breeding. In America, we have very few gypsy horses and even fewer drum-sized horses. With her black, the little bit of white on her belly, the white socks, her build and her temperament, she's what we're looking for to produce that drum-sized horse with the characteristics of the gypsy horse. She's very sweet, and we're very excited about her foal next spring. This is Prince Sheridan. He was born in Ireland and then came to live with a breeder in France. I purchased him from the breeder in France in January of 2003. He took him 2 months to come through the quarantine stay to my ranch here in the Upper Peninsula. When he got to the Upper Peninsula, he came here as if he had lived here every day of his life. I was able to start riding him the day after he arrived.
The term drum horse is used in Great Britain to describe the horses that carry a rider and 2 silver kettle drums during certain ceremonies of state, processions, or exhibitions. The physical size and strength were required because the combined weight of the drums and the rider could easily exceed 300 pounds. A solid temperament and easy disposition is required because of the parade atmosphere they're often required to perform in. Victoria's breeding program revolves around developing and strengthening the gypsy drum horse in North America. Often seen as a larger version of the gypsy cob, the drum horse stands at least 16 hands high and may utilize the bloodlines of the Clydesdale, Shire, Frisian, and gypsy cob. Developed as a heavy riding horse, the drum horse is suited for low-level dressage, eventing, hunting, saddle seat, trail, pleasure, and of course, makes an excellent driving horse.
I have found with the gypsy horses, uniquely, even though they're the cold-blooded, heavier draft type horse, they are incredible jumpers, and this seems to be typical of most of the gypsy horses. Jumping is very fun, and there is a certain technique needed to find that jumping horse. We'd like to have them tuck their knees and definitely lift their hind legs. And not only do the gypsy horses jump very well, they seem to really enjoy jumping, and it's almost like play to them.
Victoria not only has a passion for her horses, but a passion for learning. The horses don't understand human language as we know it, but do communicate through a language of body movements. And Victoria has worked hard to develop this nonverbal communication with the horses she owns and trains. Ravenhawk Ranch is a training and riding facility where promoting the best in training and riding programs is central to her philosophy.
I found it very interesting with the horse psychology and the communication with the horses. As I started purchasing the gypsy horses who came from Ireland and France, these animals, I'm certain, never have heard a word of English, yet the horse psychology and the training lessons with the rhythm, timing, all of that still applies. I always say we can't reinvent the wheel. With the dressage principles as the base and continuing to communicate with the horse's language, this applied to all the gypsy horses as well. So as these horses came to America, even though, you know, horse and human not only are different species, we also spoke yet another language. These animals fit right in perfectly and never missed a beat. This is, of course, a sign of their versatility and intelligence, but says a lot for these training methods with these excellent instructors that we have a chance to work with. Now here at the Ravenhawk Ranch, it is versatile. This is a training and instruction, a riding and training facility. We do offer boarding, and I do have a small breeding program we do here. We do mainly train the horses along with the riders. When I train, I like to have the rider. I do not like to take a horse without a rider. The horse progresses over years and years and years, and it's very important that the rider also learns and progresses in the same fashion. A horse learns through repetition, and so do we as humans. So that riding and that partnership only develops through that continual training and lessons and learning for both horse and rider. So again, at the Ravenhawk Ranch, we do offer boarding, but this is a riding and training facility with a small breeding program, the unique program with the gypsy horses. We're interested in breeding just a very few quality horses, and then passing that knowledge or that program on to anyone that's interested in how we select and pick the animals and look for those quality horses.
Victoria is a certified professional instructor in the Richard Schrake training program and constantly works to improve her riding and instructional skills with her students. She firmly believes the best way to train a horse is to train the owner. When the owner's skill set advances along with the horse's learning curve, you have a good match at the end of the process.
I was interested in becoming not only a horse trainer, but a riding instructor. So I entered into the Richard Schrake program and started with him and continued through to become accredited with the horse training and the riding instruction. The method I needed a method to the madness, so to speak, and he gave that. You know, he had the procedures and the order in which to proceed with. And it's interesting because it not only teaches the rider, but it also trains the horse as you're going and with the communication, and they develop together and get better together. With that, I added and continued to study, and I still study and work with as many trainers as I am able to, and I'll continue to do that until I'm no longer able.
The sight of a gypsy horse running at liberty can be inspirational. The following words were written by Joanna Champion, a student partner and friend of Victoria's. The presence that is Prince Sheridan can only be explained by the utmost detail, written from the heart of someone who loves him. A mass of hair consumes his body, feet that cannot be seen without opening the curtain of white. Bright, kind eyes belong to the noble head which extends from an arched neck. Mane, down to his shoulder, floats to the sky as his muscles move in with a great rhythm. A feeling of grand royalty invades your veins, and a cold shiver rushes down your spine as your eyes feast upon this magnificent creature. With Victoria and Prince Sheridan, it is not a matter of horse and owner, or even of horse and rider. They are a dance in which partners become one, and the world becomes their music. Like all the different breeds that make up the gypsy horse, it is all the accomplished trainers that make up Victoria and what she does. She continues to learn from the best in the world and never stops looking for new ways of learning, teaching, and doing. The gypsy people constantly look to improve their horses. If they had not, there would be no Prince Sheridan or any other gypsy horse. In a similar manner, if Victoria ever stopped learning, she could not get better or make those around her better. Victoria not only helps people become better riders, but better people. She gives you something to be confident about. If you're confident in one area, it spreads to other areas of your life.
I hope everyone's enjoyed the Gypsy horses. We sure have had a chance to see the passion and love that we have for the animals. We are in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and I'd like to ask anyone that's in the area or anyone who is on the internet or out there, if you'd like more information or would like to stop by. We always love to show our horses and have visitors. Come see us, or you're welcome to call if you ever have questions or would like more information regarding the Gypsy horse. We'll do our best to try to connect you with some of the people out there in areas and maybe someone in your area that could help you or show you some of these animals and share them with you. So stop by and see us if you get a chance. We'd love to have you here, or if you ever have questions, give us a call or email. Thank you.